I use my walk, I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Using love, then kicked around. So anyways, I told the story. We're just back from break. I think it should be like a 25-minute show. 25 minutes. I mean, if we had advertisers, we could extend it to an hour. I think that's all you would need. I used to shoot for 3 because Howard Stern always did a long show, and Savage was kind of long too. But now he's only in this area, he's only on for an hour. And I was telling, that started I think the 7th, possibly. But at 4 o'clock, as I was telling my uncle, I said, there's this local community police, all kinds of things. I said he had the disco, or I don't know how to say his name right. The disco. He was down in Florida, and my uncle has places down in Florida, and a lot of my relatives go down Florida. People that we know, everyone is likes Florida. It's the place to be. It's paradise, perfect. And you go down there in the winter and all that kind of stuff. But I said, it's all local kind of thing, and just small talk. Interested. I was holding my own. I mean, it's hard. It's a hard thing, telling people about your interests. That's a hard thing. I mean, you just don't go. You have to listen. People like people that listen to them. They rather. I mean, they'll want to hear you out after a while. Okay, so I said 25 minute advertisers. All right, what's that thing there with the patch, or if you watch college basketball games or something like that? I knew it was. Let me see if I go to McNamara. I don't know. What's it called? It's something. They have it for. I'm not the pharmaceuticals and all that kind of stuff. I choose not to. There's nothing really. I mean, I don't take anything like pharmaceuticals or of any sort, or any help with anything. But it's something to help you quit smoking, stuff like that. And I guess I mean, late night. But it's this thing where it's they play it over and over and over. If we can get it, I'm supposed to have a good memory, but like I said, with that, with all these things. I mean, I see all the commercials and everything. They all seem to have weird kind of names, and it's something that I don't absorb, because I'm not a fan of the pharmaceuticals at all, whatsoever. And that was my stance when I started with the human services and everything like that. I started reading Albert Ellis and all this kind of stuff. And back then I was trying to use Patch Adams kind of thing. Sorellis, I don't know. Sorellis. Let's just say Sorellis. I mean, I don't. Like I said, I don't pay any mind to it or anything like that. Okay.
To compromise in the form of having a group of experts on border security come together.
And yes, the border security, Mike. Oh, I can remember names. Sorry, Mike Morgan. Mike Morgan, former chief of border security. And meanwhile, I'm trying to think back, see what happened was. Alright, so I went to the couple of farms up there. They were closed. Then we ran into the deer and all that kind of stuff. And I told you about with the lights and everything like that. I was driving up. I mean, that was one thing. It was kind of a distraction. And then we got to a couple of farms. I thought I was going to be perfect. I'm going to get my stuff. We'll start. We'll start the show and all that kind of stuff. But no, the door was locked and everything. Okay, strike 1, strike 2. Then then, like I said, we seen the deer and everything like that. And then we're going past these, the nice homes there. There's nice, there's beautiful homes. Well, they're just community kind of thing. Like, they're just, they're all the same and everything like that. They're pretty nice. But this car, oh my God. No, I thought the mileage was on 66666. I don't know what that is. I mean, I know the other day. Let's turn this light on. Yeah, we only have 4,845. I don't know what that thing up there is. But it says 6556. So anyways, it's good to be conscious of stuff. It's good to be aware of your surroundings. So he's flying out of these apartments, duplex, they all kind of look the same. You go down the street, there's more, there's Park Places, this, there's that, Van Hyden, we went down Industrial Park Road, we just, same old thing. And then, houses, housing all over. So he's flying out, so I decided to stop. And I said, this morning is not going as smoothly, and there's nobody out at this time. So I just let him go. I stay far from it. And this guy's, something weird. And only to get the light and everything. Okay, so I see him. I'm saying to myself, I bet you anything that he's going in a couple of farms. Oh, sure. Sure enough, he's going in a couple of farms. Sure enough. That's why I turned down Industrial Park Road. I said, I don't want no interaction with this guy at all. And I just looked at some things there, trying to get my thoughts together, and knowing I gotta do a show. Yes, it's a show. So anyway, I go down. He's still in there, I know, but he probably doesn't know it's me because I parked down the end, and I let him go. I turned. So then there's two guys in there, and the one guy, he's walking by the guy. I don't know which one it was who was driving fast, flying down there. And he just said to him, he said, so how's those apartments? You live, I forget what name he said. So you live in those apartments down there? Oh, they're nice. Really nice. Beautiful. Oh, see you later. And then he goes around near my car. I don't know. He's on there smoking a cigarette down near my car. And I'm looking out the window. Because I keep the lights off and I leave it running. I did have a car stolen once at Stewart's. That would be in 2013, I believe. I think it was February 4, 2013. I think so. But I remember it was 22 degrees that morning. But the wind chill was pretty, intense. And I just pulled up to the gas island. I had the car running. And you have to walk in. I knew the guy there too. So I walk up and I said, "Can you turn the pump on?" And he goes, "Okay." And then I looked, and then the car was gone. Now I did a show, a conspiracy show back then. I said they must have brought it into that garage. But I know the guy. It's not happening. Anyways, I'm looking at the timer here. Oh, and these trucks. Go ahead. Always let trucks go, please. Go ahead, Dawson. Or they won't go now.
President. So everything has to be focused on the shut.
So the other day when I was doing the show, it was that morning when it was icy or sleet and all that kind of stuff. It was sleet. And I'm driving. It's a green light. So I'm proceeding. And this big ass truck is driving. He's almost gonna go through the light, and he hits the brakes and he's just sliding. But I was kind of cautious. Every time I go through a green light, I'm cautious. I mean, before I go, I look. Well, right there at the stop sign, I really wasn't cautious because I'm trying to do some illustrations here. So I'm going up here to the light. I mean, this is how I approach a light. Say it's green. I slow down. I slow down a little bit just to look. I don't just assume that it's okay to go just because the light says green. I always give it that look a little bit, like I slow down a little bit. And sure enough, you know, it was sleet and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, this guy, I forget what kind of truck it was and everything like that. All right.
This is why the president shut it down.
Shut it down!
But you have the...
So anyway, here's where we are. And Johnny seems to like me now. And I like him. And we'll do a phone call. I mean, back then it was some hard times. Very hard times. We were working through things. You know, it was stormy weather and everything. We're on eggshells. I mean, we're taking in information and stuff like that. You know, we were getting unedited, you know, by some people. You know, I kind of returned the favor on certain things. Then we said to ourselves, all right, just let it be. Let it be. You know, you can't please everyone. You're not tacos, you're not ice cream, you're not all this, you're not a pizza pie. And just let it be, man. Let it be. You know, cause I noticed somebody, you know, they had something there. It's like, I don't. Every day you notice it. When people get into when people want to like post any kind of political thing, what they do is they write stuff. They write, I don't care, you know, if you're this way or that way. We can agree to disagree and everything, but it's not the case. It's definitely not the case. They say that and everything, but really, I mean, both people walk away with, man, how did they think like that? How did they think like that? You know? It's like, I love you to death, I knew you forever and everything, but, you know, I mean, here's where we are. I don't know if it was in the opener or here, but I tried to explain something, and I said, well, we have to get into truths. You know, we have to look at it the same way. Can't view it any way different, you know. I mean, when you do that, then you're going to run into complications. I mean, everybody has to, when you're coming, you know, with situations like that, it has to be. You all have to look at it the same way. Really, you got to get on the same, and we don't. That seems to be a problem. I mean, it was that story, like, you know, with the tower or something like that, where they're building something and they're all talking different languages and everything like that. And you know, they were building this big tower, like, you know, to impress God. They were just like, you know, like, all right, you know, I don't need that. I don't need no big thing like that, or whatever. I don't know how that story went. Did he change that, or what did he? Excuse me. I might need reference. I might, you know, I might need to study. Maybe I'm spending too much time on this and everything like that. You know, maybe I got to focus on the real things. Doesn't matter, you know, what people think and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm trying to think about it. I'm trying to think. I know I was taught that lesson one time. It was something like, you change the language. I don't know. Maybe, yeah. I think they started all talking differently and stuff like that. Maybe they were talking the same. Who knows, you know?
Government, and I can only do this.
Little snow.
Has the president made that decision?
We got a little snow coming in.
In his mind that the only decision is to put out the executive order and have this go through the courts. That there's no other political alternative. There actually isn't. And they probably know that for a number of days, and their internals probably